Simmons. I'm the Executive Director of Coney Island, USA. National Culture Lab and us, I'd love to invite you to this, the final night of the 8th Annual Ritual Cabaret.
Yeah.
Tonight's event is the living newspaper. For those of you who may not know, this is a tradition of theater as informing and theater as performing. In particular, in the 1930s, at the height of the Depression, the Works Progress people established the Living Newspaper Project to allow artists to inform the public about what was going on at that time and the hazards that were on the horizons. Keep this in mind tonight.
Said I ought to be in jail. Fuck you. I won. After all I did for all those judges, every ruling should have been for me, but they weren't. Nonetheless, fuck you. I won. Those bastards tried to ruin me. Those commie bastards tried to ruin me. They said terrible things about me on the network they control that ought to be illegal, that I will make illegal. But for now, fuck you. I won. Did I mention that I won? Because I fucking did. How is that possible, you might be saying? You looking up at me, see me looking back at you. You want to know, how is this possible? I'll tell you how it's possible. Bullshit is how it's possible. Bullshit is how I'm president. Bullshit is how I'm not in jail. Bullshit is me and my pal Bullshit. We go way back. Nobody knows bullshit like I do. Biden and his criminal gang tried to ruin me, but hey, guess what? Fuck you. I won. American freedom, which is awesome, requires that everyone always talks about American freedom and how awesome it is, because when everybody only talks about American freedom and how awesome it is when we are Americans who are freely being awesome, then everything gets even more awesome. And that is how we here at Amazon Newspaper, which I totally own, plan to help America. From now on, we want to spread awesomeness all over our great land like margarine over the toast of well-being. Freedom and awesomeness all day, every day. That's what we'll be talking about from now on. Freedom, America, and awesomeness all day, every day, because this is America and freedom and awesomeness, and it can never get boring. It can never get boring. It can never get boring because it is not boring. It is awesome. American awesome. It is American awesome because we are Americans, and freedom and awesomeness. This came to me as like a vision. I saw all this, and then the Lord or someone like him said, do this, Jeff. This is what you must do, Jeff. Yes, I said. I accept, I said. And then I said to the editor, can you dig it? And he said, no, Jeff, I cannot dig it. And I said, be gone, loser. So now we've turned the page on that commie loser and we'll replace him with a different one who will join me in looking forward to talking all the time about America and freedom and how awesome it is and markets and how exploitation of the lesser by their superiors isn't exploitation because that sounds bad, so we shall call it nature. Nature and natural and totally awesome, and private finance is not at all like a colonial power, and we are not a society that's eating itself because these things are impossible. Because we are Americans, freedom, awesome, and we shall henceforth only be saying that at this place that I totally own. We're closing the Department of Education, and to do that, we've ordered 5,000 people to commit suicide. It was a hard decision, but that's what leadership is, making the hard decisions. We looked at the situation, we looked at the data, the conclusion was inescapable, the numbers don't lie. Which numbers? The ratings. The idea of eliminating government department by department is very popular with the viewing public. We looked at the numbers, and we had no choice. We ordered all department employees to commit suicide. We let them choose their termination date within a defined range of options because of the logistics of mass suicide management. I mean, we can't just leave them in chairs or on the ground. But wait, I want to stress this. We let them choose their own approach to suicide. Why? Freedom. Freedom is why we let them choose American freedom, the kind of American freedom that we're turning into American greatness. The kind of freedom where the leader can say, all of you have to kill yourselves. And the people say, really? And the leader says, yes. And all the people are sad trombones. Then the leader says, but the numbers don't lie. And the people say, oh, that's okay. And the leader says, but you can choose how you want to do it. And the people say, USA, USA. The freedom to choose how we kill ourselves. There's nothing more American. Everyone knows the drill. Greetings, pleasantries. They say something, I start lying. My mind isn't wandering yet. I'm in a comfort zone. What I'm saying now is not even remotely coherent. I restate it as if repetition will fix the problem. 1, 2, 3, 4. I find myself modulating my voice up and down, sometimes the pitch, other times the volume, like I'm checking a knob to see if it works. This brings together things that have nothing to do with each other. I say one, then the next, the first A, the second B. I transmit different messages with my eyebrows. No time to linger. I've moved on to some garden variety lying. These are things I've said many times. My mouth can move independently. It's like a jazz drummer, left arm one thing, right leg another. Now this is exceedingly stupid. I double down on this exceedingly stupid thing. I stop paying attention. Hi-hat, snare drum. And here's a commercial break. In the better world that runs parallel to this one, the commercial break is very long. Everybody in the studio chats, drinks whiskey, and smokes cigarettes. But in this one, it's 30 seconds. No one talks to me, and I don't talk to anyone else. And we're back. I'm fast out of the gate with an entirely untenable position. I hear myself talking like I'm floating outside my body. I wonder if anyone can see me floating outside my body. I'd like to wave at the camera, but I don't have motor skills. We've reached a part where I talk over someone. When I talk over someone, I mean shut up, stop talking, shut up. But tonight, my voice is shouting dada syllables. Every drummer sometimes loses the pulse. When we're done, one of them asks, was that Schwitters or Hugo Ball? And I say, I don't know what you're talking about. Hi, Scott here. You're a hedge fund guy at Treasury. Today I want to talk to my people. You know, Barbie Palace, where I live, is like Olympus. It's a place for the elect to gather a tastefully appointed environment, a place for elite alpha males to recline. It has a Hadrian-style pool complex staffed by a small army of agreeable cabana boys who can bring you exactly the drink you're going to want before the thought is fully formed in your mind. And they can do this because we see into the future at Barbie Palace. We are not confined to the present in our thinking. We are not marooned in the now. Our superior social adaptation allows us to transcend the division of present and future. And when elite persons such as ourselves consider the universe of financial instruments, we see them dancing along a continuum of time. We know where things are headed. We can see the choreography. Looking through our perfectly balanced portfolios, we always know where to go short and where long. There's no such thing as risk. Some ways of winning are embedded in strategies that might take years to work out. And along the way, some might appear to bankrupt entire industries or look like they crashed the economy. But that's only if you take the short and stupid view. The short and stupid view is that of regulation. We are, by definition, beyond the plodding and maladapted bureaucrats who try to regulate us. Regulation is about resentment. They resent that they aren't us and can't be us, so they try to bring us down to their level. Compliance is a trick that forces us to see our own action from the viewpoint of slaves. Enforcement is just punishment for success by the embittered. These bureaucrats want to suffocate us with meaningless paperwork, wasting time would be much better used heroically directing fees into our pockets, because if they have to go somewhere, and if we don't take them, some other asshole will, and that is nature. Look, sometimes things happen that look bad in the short run, but who takes the short run seriously? The mediocre and embittered who use the so-called financial crisis to impose on everyone their short and stupid view of everything. They said, you crashed the economy. They said, millions lost their homes. Well, where were they? If all these people who probably didn't deserve homes in the first place were so important, why were they invisible? Besides, that was 20 years ago. Since then, we have moved on. Since then, we have continued directing fees to ourselves and preventing them from going to other assholes because nature. Let's forget about the past. I have. Let's forget about regulation and enforcement. What's that? People like us always win. Why fight it? We stand beside, or at least near. We stand in the same building. Okay. We're in the same general vicinity as our allies. I mean, look, we'd like to lead everything all the time, but we have other shit to do, frankly. Like remaking our military so it can deliver even more psychotic violence. Just go out there, kill. That's what we like, kill. And cool hats, maybe with antlers, they're really scary. We just need to have, pragmatic discussions. Also, I want to categorically deny that we throw away all our cards whenever whatever I'm talking about involves cards, because as hegemons, as gods, cards only exist because we say so. We never lose, and that's how gods walking the earth roll. Ever read Ovid? Now there's some gods for you, going around having a few cocktails, feeling their god powers, and beating the shit out of whoever richly deserves it that happens to be around. A wife, maybe. Because they're gods. They can do what they like. And that's as it should be. And that's what we're bringing back to make whatever I'm talking about great again. Because now isn't so great. I look around and I say, this isn't so great. I look around some more and then I say, is this great? And then, because I've already been looking around a bunch, I say, it isn't so great. It isn't so great. Do you see greatness? I sure don't. So we need to bring that back. The greatness, I mean. The greatness of unlimited psychotic violence and hats with antlers. The greatness of go team, we never lose, we can never lose because the game only exists because we say it does. And that's what I'm talking about. USA! USA! Thank you.